So the stock market is currently setting up for a highly predictable, lucrative trading opportunity heading into tomorrow. I'm going to walk you through step by step how to trade the best setups at the best prices. You should have a phenomenal green day heading into tomorrow if you use this game plan. So in terms of the game plan, it is going to be very simple. The main focus is going to be on put options earlier into the morning if we're seeing red bearish 30-minute candlestick confirmations and if we're maintaining at these bearish resistance levels that we're currently uptrending towards the extended hours trading session. So let me break down the weekly chart, and then I'm also going to be going over the oversold levels where we're interested in buying call options. I'm going to show you how to make money both ways heading into tomorrow, man. So in terms of the weekly chart, a pattern, a cycle is repeating in a very similar way. So I'm going to walk you through this, man. This is the weekly chart pattern that I'm looking at. You can see right here, we have this red wick facing to the downside, right? We have this red wick facing to the downside in terms of the next week. The next week, the SPY started to spike towards the previous week's close, which was also close to the previous week highs, right? In terms of right now during extended hours trading session, the SPY is currently experiencing a massive gap up where we topped out at 537. With that being said, in terms of the weekly chart pattern, if you measure the overall move, man, we are starting to uptrend back towards those previous week highs. In terms of the previous week's close, it was at 526. So we're towards the upper range, heading towards those previous week highs, and we're setting up for a phenomenal opportunity on put options. You know, in terms of the overall week, we are still extremely earlier into the week, and the market's volatility is extremely high. And in terms of the weekly daily candlestick pattern, I'd explained to you earlier this week that the potential outcome could be a bearish overall week. So we're going to be looking for key opportunities to buy put options at key resistance levels, and we're also going to be looking for key opportunities to buy call options for oversold dip buying opportunities when it makes sense. So I mean, with that being said, if you look at the weekly daily chart pattern, we could still potentially have a very nice sell-off if the confirmations are there. And in terms of other patterns, take a look at this one. Red, green, red, and then next week is a bearish week. And then you can see right here, red, green, red, and then the next week, in terms of Monday, we had a massive drop. The SPY was selling off, reacting bearish. Now it's spiking back up, which is normal because if you studied the weekly chart pattern, it was saying that the SPY can potentially go back towards the previous week low, towards the previous week's closing price, towards 526. And then if it goes above that, it's going to start to spike towards the previous week highs, towards the previous week highs. So the point is, this is fucking phenomenal, man. In terms of the pattern that is setting up, the timing is absolutely perfect. This is what you want in terms of this overall pattern. You want the SPY to be close towards those previous week highs as early as possible, because the most likely outcome in terms of this pattern repeating itself would be for the SPY to start to reverse and start to sell off and start to flip a little bit micro bearish. So with that being said, if the pattern repeats itself in a similar cycle, we are literally towards the exact best price, and we are literally towards the best day. This is happening so early into the overall week where there's enough momentum, there's enough volatility where the week can still close bearish. So, I mean, even if the week doesn't close bearish, the most likely outcome is considered in terms of the first reaction that we're experiencing on these extended hours trading session levels is a drop first. So heading into the morning, into the earlier of the day tomorrow, we're going to be focused on put options, man. All we need is a confirmation. That's it. All we need is a red bearish 30-minute candlestick confirmation. All we need is some sort of bearish 30-minute candlestick pattern. But I'm telling you, another thing that is confirming this as well is the 10-day 30-minute chart pattern. Take a look at this pattern, man. So in terms of this pattern, this is what I want to walk you through. You're going to see right here, man, we had some chop, right? We had some chop. And then you're going to see right here, we had some chop, right? And then you have this massive spike during extended hours with this gap up. Then you have this massive spike during extended hours with this gap up. You see how that pattern's repeating in a similar cycle. And then what happened the next day? The next day was a very bearish trend day, but it didn't flip bearish until the SPY formed this green bearish wick towards major resistance. So again, we're already at the major resistance level, right? So if we see a green bearish wick like this, or if we're starting to see some red bearish 30-minute candlesticks into the morning, right? Could be around 9:30, could be around 10 a.m., could be around 11 a.m. If we're seeing bearish momentum, resistance, failing to break out towards key resistance for fucking 1 to 2 hours, red bearish 30-minute candlestick confirmations. Also, if you're seeing a floor, right? Look at the floor. There's a floor here at 517 for fucking hours. If it cracks the floor, has a breakdown, retest, forms resistance, top wick, top wick, top wick, or red, green, red, we're buying puts and it's going to sell up and it's going to flush. So the weekly chart foundation is saying the most likely outcome is we're going to crash. We're going to drop heading into tomorrow. The 10-day, 30-minute pattern is literally confirming, in a sense, that it's likely going to potentially happen. All we have to do is just wait for the confirmation. The instructions are so fucking simple. We're going to watch the market tomorrow, right? You're going to see how it's reacting. Is it struggling? Is it struggling to go above a resistance level? How long has it been struggling for? Over an hour? Is it forming red bearish 30-minute candlestick confirmations? Is it starting to drop? Is it cracking support? Okay, it struggled for a little bit, maybe 1 hour, maybe 2 hours at some sort of resistance level. Now it's cracking through that support. Now it's spiking back up, forming those lower highs, retesting. Red, green, red bearish 30-minute candlestick confirmations, right? Use that game plan heading into tomorrow and hold the put options, and you're going to be printing money at the speed of fucking light. I'm telling you, this is the best confirmation. And the timing is fucking perfect because there's more than enough time for the week to flip fucking bearish, but we don't need it to flip bearish. Overall, we just need a nice pullback heading into tomorrow to take advantage of this micro opportunity for puts. And in terms of the timing, the most likely outcome is, even if we don't have a bearish week, is to drop tomorrow. We are too overbought for the micro and we're due for some sort of fucking pullback. We're towards the best weekly zone channel in between the upper range of the previous week's closing price and the previous week highs. And the 10-day, 30-minute pattern is literally saying that the most likely outcome is a drop. So look, man, this is the pattern. Just look for some sort of resistance. Look for some struggling. Look for a breakdown and retest. Look for red bearish 30-minute candlestick confirmation. So fucking simple. Hold the trade. Hold the trade. When you're up nicely, set the profit stops. Leave runners. Leave the fucking runners. Leave some runners, man. Now, in terms of another trend, another pattern, that looks very fucking similar, man, right? You're going to see we had this sharp spike up. We had this sharp spike up. And then the next day, the SPY just fucking flushes, man. It just fucking flushes. So again, the move can either happen at market open or a little bit later towards 10 to 11:30 a.m. If you're seeing that we're just getting absolutely hammered, during the pre-market trading session, SPY's getting absolutely crushed. Market's selling off, keeps on spiking, forms lower highs, keeps on selling off, spiking, forming lower highs. You're seeing something like this. Then just play the red bearish 30-minute chart like this, right? I'm telling you, those are the most likely outcomes. We're either just going to sit a little bit for some resistance if the market's uptrending during extended hours, or if we're already getting crushed during the pre-market trading session, then just look to play lower highs. Identify some sort of support, right? If you're seeing red bearish 30-minute candlestick confirmation on a breakdown and retest with the bearish top wick like that, buy the puts, man, and keep on holding. And then once the 30-minute candlestick closes green, close out the position, right? And set the profit stops. That's the game plan, man. This is so fucking simple. Everyone watching this video using this game plan should be green and should be printing money at the speed of light. Again, everything's set up perfectly. All we need is the confirmation. So the confirmation you're looking for, if we're selling off during the pre-market, you're looking for a spike back towards one of the breakdown retest levels to short the lower highs. Look for red bearish 30-minute candlestick confirmations, right? If we're not selling off during the pre-market and we're uptrending a bit, you're looking for some sort of roof, some sort of ceiling, some sort of resistance, right? Could be for an hour, right? And you can look for support to crack. If support cracks and resistance failed to break out, then look for the retest, look for the red, green, red bearish 30-minute candlestick confirmations, look for the bearish 30-minute candlestick confirmations, right? That's what we're looking for, man. It's going to be so fucking simple. I'm telling you, it genuinely does look like, it also looks like this in a way too, where it's uptrending like this, and then we just sell off, man. So look, the most likely outcome heading into the morning session is going to be a sell-off, right? And like I said, if we're already getting flushed and we're just selling off during the pre-market, coming back down to fill the gap, spiking back up, forming lower highs, then just go with the next level. Go with the next breakdown retest level. If it's uptrending like this and it's not getting crushed during pre-market, just wait for some lower highs, wait for some resistance to top out, wait for some red bearish 30-minute candlestick confirmation, wait for a breakdown retest level if you like, and then buy the fucking puts. Now, that's the game plan. I'm going to give you some levels, right? So that's the most likely outcome heading into tomorrow, right? here's the levels, man. So in terms of the levels that we're working with, you were well aware this was a level where I wanted to buy put options. I told you if the fucking market goes above 520 fucking 6, we are staying away from fucking puts. I made that very clear. If we break above 26, right? This was a strong breakout, and the 30-minute chart was nothing but green and fucking bullish. So there was no reason for fucking puts in the fucking first place. At this overall confirmation where the 30-minute chart is literally just green uptrending to the fucking sideways. This 30-minute chart will save your fucking life and save your fucking portfolio, man. I'm telling you, fucking use it. There's no reason for fucking puts if we're uptrending 30-minute green non-fucking stop. So the point is, man, if you watched last night's video, I told you in terms of a break of trend, if we go above 526, the SPY is going to fucking rocket and it's going to start to go to 537, and that would be the only fucking level to try puts if we push above 526 would be 537. So it's trying to have a gap close reversal here during extended hours trading session, right? As you can see, there's a gap that's waiting to fill above at this 537.61. So it's going to try to reverse at this gap, right? Now, if it were to go above 537.50, right? So as of now, that's considered the best level for put options. If it were to go above that, the level above 537.50 would be towards right around here, towards the lower 540. Yeah, so actually 540. 540 breakdown and retest. 540 is the next level for puts. And then in terms of the next level for puts above that is going to be 543. So your best levels are 537 gap close reversal and 540 breakdown and retest, and 543 major fucking resistance. Those are your best levels possible to be buying put options on the overall SPY. And like I said, if it is just flushing and we're not spiking back towards those best levels with the confirmations, then what you're going to want to do is use the breakdown and retest, right? So for example, this is support right here. This is a floor right here at 533. If the SPY is selling off in the pre-market and we start to drop, say we drop 1 to 2 points, if it spikes back up, starts to form those lower highs, right? Starts to form that red bearish wick overall fucking candlestick, right? If it starts to form those lower fucking highs and sells off like that, then just play the lower levels, right? So in terms of lower levels, and again, this is mainly if we're selling off in the pre-market and the SPY just keeps on forming lower fucking highs, right? On a downtrend, breakdown and retest non-fucking stop. The levels below that would be 530, 534.50, 533. Next level below 533 is going to be 530. Next level below 530 is going to be 527 to 526 zone. Next level below that is going to be 524. Next level below that is going to be 522. A strong level where we are likely to bounce. So in terms of call options heading to tomorrow, be extremely careful because it could be a bearish trend day. In terms of call options, you're going to need to use the best confirmations. Look for trend reversal 30-minute candlestick patterns. Look for green bullish 30-minute candlestick confirmations. But in terms of overall levels for potential calls, you're going to want to be looking at the oversold levels. So in terms of oversold levels, we have a breakout and retest during extended hours that in a sense hasn't really been tested. It's an overall zone of 520 to 519. You have key extended hours support. This was resistance right here. You had a breakout, you had a retest. Breakout and retest worked very successfully during extended hours, but this level was not tested during normal trading hours. Very likely and considered one of the best levels to be buying call options at 517.50. Below that, you can keep an eye on this zone right here. This is another break and retest zone at this 515 to 516. But some of the absolute best levels below that would be 414, gap close reversal, very likely to spike first at the 514 gap. And then the next level below that is going to be 510 to 511 zone, very likely to spike. So I gave you the overall ladder, man. Just to go over it one more time, 543 key resistance for puts, 541 breakdown and retest for puts, 537.50 gap close reversal for puts. Next levels below that. So if we're not spiking back up in the morning towards those upper levels and you see the SPY is selling off, breakdown and retest, cracking below the support, you can look to go with the lower levels. Levels below that would be 534.50, 533. Then we start to drop to the 529 to 528 zone. Then we start to drop to the 524 to like 526 zone. Below 524, we start to drop to the 520 to 519 zone. Could try to bounce first there, but not the best level. True best level would be towards 517. Next level, breakout and retest. Next level below that, 515 key support that has not been tested. Next level below that, gap close reversal, 514. Next level below that is key support that has not been tested during normal trading hours, 510 to 11 zone. So that's the game plan. Use that information, use the 30-minute chart, and use the confirmations, trade the best setups at the best prices, and just make sure, man, just make sure that you're waiting for the right confirmations. Make sure you're applying the information, and just understand that no matter what, if one of the levels that I gave you in terms of the price ladder reacts bullish, is confirmed bullish, then it will try to spike up to the next level. And if one of the levels reacts bearish, then it will try to drop down below to the next level, right? So that's the price ladder. Use the price ladder to your advantage. Trade the absolute best prices, man. It doesn't just have to be the best prices. You can use the information that I gave you, right? And just the confirmations. Doesn't have to always be the best price. Information I gave you with the confirmations. I'm telling you, it's going to be fucking phenomenal, man. So for a true break of trend, for this to not be a bearish week, and for the bulls to show the fuck up tomorrow, very unlikely that this happens. But for those of you wondering, well, what if we have a bullish week, and what if we finally fill the fucking gap at 564? For that to fucking happen, the SPY would need to break above the previous week's highs, and not only break above, but form support, man. So in terms of the previous week highs for a break of trend is going to be right here towards 544. So if the SPY breaks above 544, reacts to support, if it's doing that tomorrow, like earlier into the week, is really going to try to start to climb. Next level it goes to is going to be 549. This is a key level of interest to buy put options first. Even if there is a break of trend, 549 would be the next level for puts. Now, if it went above 549 and reacted as support, and if you see the SPY breaking above 550s, that is a strong break of trend where SPY goes to 550s. The bears are going to get absolutely fucking destroyed, and it's going to go to 564. So use the information that I'm giving you to your advantage. I gave you the most likely outcome, and I told you to use the confirmations with the most likely outcome, but you need to understand that if there's a break of trend, then you can play the break of trend. Don't get caught up in just trading the most likely outcome. Don't get caught up and just try to trade the best levels. Use the proper confirmations, right? Use the best confirmations, apply the information to your advantage, and understand you need to be able to understand not just most likely outcomes, but breaks of trend. Like I told you, man, for a true break of trend, I'll keep it blunt like this. Basically, the only way I'm fucking convinced that we're going to have a strong bullish closing week is a break above 549. If we can break above 549, go into low 550s, it's going to be a strong bullish week where we finally fill this fucking gap at 564. If that cannot happen and we cannot break above fucking 550, then I'm overall bearish and I'm focusing on puts towards the upper levels I gave you. It's as simple as that. There's not really a break of trend until we can push above 549. Now, technically speaking, for the micro, if we do break above previous week lows, that is a short-term signal for the break of trend. You should stay the fuck away from puts if we are breaking above the previous week highs, right? Like I said, if we are breaking above the previous week's highs, there's absolutely no fucking reason for puts. If we break above 544, it fills the gap at 549. Doesn't mean it's going to have a bullish closing week, though. To have a bullish closing week, we need to break above 550. That's the only way I'm believing that we're going to have a bullish closing week is if we break above 550. But there will be a short-term break of trend if we go above 544, because that means it's going above the previous week highs, right? But then if it flips back, drops back bearish, forms lower highs, maintains resistance, then it's still overall bearish, and we'll try to have a bearish week. So look, man, the most likely outcome is a bearish overall situation heading into tomorrow, right? It's still a little bit too early to say if it's going to be a bearish closing week, but I need to bring awareness to that because in terms of the most likely outcome heading into tomorrow, it's saying that it's going to drop. That's the most likely fucking outcome. Now, obviously, you have to use the fucking information I gave you with confirmations. If the information and confirmations aren't aligning, then don't take the fucking trade, man. You can use the price ladder and use the confirmations, but with the information I provided to you, if you're not seeing it play out that way and you're not seeing the confirmations, then don't fucking trade it. Just wait for a level to hit on the price ladder. Wait for the perfect best setup, man. But I'm telling you, just based off of how market is looking, it's looking like it's due for that, sort of drop, man. I'm telling you. I mean, this is so fucking similar. The way it uptrends like this, and then you have some resistance, and then it just sells off, man. So use the information. You're going to print at the speed of light. I'm telling you, if you use this fucking game plan, you're going to be so fucking green-headed tomorrow. You're going to be like, this is the best game plan on the fucking planet. So it's the first link down below in the description. If you would like to join us and trade alongside us, it is the first link down below in the description. What you gain access to is our secured private network, our secured private organization, our chat. And you also gain access to a real-time zero-date options trading alert system. We are printing money at the speed of fucking light. If you are serious about making money and trading alongside multi-millionaires, trading alongside traders who've been with us for fucking years, very well experienced, very profitable, it is the first link down below within the description. We buy cheap, low risk, far out of the money zero-date option contracts. We are known for selling them deep in the money for the biggest percentage gains. We have the highest win rate in the game doing this. And with that being said, we're buying very cheap, low-risk contracts, and we're making the biggest percentage gains. We have the highest win rate, not that we need it, because with this overall system that we've created, you can be extremely profitable with a win rate as low as 30%. Every single week, we have trades where we make a 1,000% return. Yesterday, you could have made multiple 1,000% profit returns with our real-time zero-day options trading alert system, right? So, just to give you some more background, these are, extremely far out of the money, cheap, low risk, zero date option contracts. In terms of the system, the most we put in is our max risk per trade, right? So the most we put into the trade is our max risk per trade. And the most we lose is what we put into the trade, which is our max risk per trade. Could be 1 to 3% of your account, right? And the biggest drawdown should be 5%. You should not be willing to lose more than 5% on an overall red day. So if you have a red day and you lose 5%, then you should stop trading for the overall day. You do not want a bigger drawdown than 5 to 7%, right? In terms of the green days, man, it adds up to multiple 1,000% profit returns with many trades, sometimes 8 to 15 trades with a 95% plus success rate on those trades, right? Sometimes there's going to be 2 100% losses in a row. Then we hit a 1,000% gain, and that's 800% net positive with a 33% win rate, right? So like I said, there is no stop losses when we're wrong. We just let the trade expire worthless and go to zero. We rarely ever sell for a loss and try to recoup some. We just accept the fact that, the max risk per trade is what we put into the trade, and we just let it expire worthless and goes to zero if the trade doesn't work out. 70% of the time where we don't time the trade properly, in terms of like when we don't time a trade properly, 70% of the time it comes back to life and it goes super fucking green. So we just choose to hold out of those 10 times, 7 out of 10 times, it goes back to green. So if we're ever down 99% on a play, it goes to fucking green 70% of the fucking time, right? And in terms of other things that we do with the system, that we do with our systems, we add to winners. So we add to winners to increase the wins. The reason why we add to winners is to increase the wins. Adding to winners doubles to triple the gains. So you can think of it as a way to, take on a bigger position size and to increase your gains without taking on extra risk because we set a profit stop. So when we're up a little bit on a trade, 5, 10, 20%, right? And keep in mind, we're sizing in smaller on these overall trades. Putting in our max risk per trade could be a couple percent of your account, right? So the big gains come from bigger percentage gains, come from adding to winners, doubling to triple your gains, and it also comes from trading more on the day. All of that combined means you can win fucking massively, not only percentage-wise, but dollar-wise, right? With the overall system. So you don't have to worry about big position sizes. Big position sizes and stop losses are the true enemies to traders, especially if you're trading farther money zero-day options. You will not stand a chance. You got to trade the trend, hold the trades. Eventually, they go in the fucking money if you're on the right side of the fucking trend. And you don't need them to go in the money. They go up a fuck ton before they go in the money, especially if you timed it right. So on a big move. So with that being said, man, we add to winners. And then you could think of it as like you're adding an extra 1 to 2 R multiple to your trade. So your max risk per trade, you're stacking on a 1 to 2 more R multiples to double to triple the position size. And then from there, what you're doing is you're setting a profit stop. So when you add to a winner and you set a profit stop, it is impossible to go green to red as long as the profit stop is literally set above your average cost, right? So just one small winning move in your favor, right? And if those option contracts are above your average cost and you set the profit stop, it's impossible to go green to red. And you're doing this in a way where you're doubling to triple your gains without literally taking on extra risk but sizing in bigger. The way traders lose a lot more money is they take a massive position size and they get stopped out and they take a big loss. Or they just take a massive position size and just let it go to zero, right? With us, we increase our position size, but we set the profit stop. It's impossible to go green to red if you set a profit stop. I'm telling you, we quickly add to the winners when we're up a small amount percentage-wise, and then the trade typically tends to just keep on going up in our favor. I mean, at the bare minimum, usually like 35 to 50% plus. And we'll add when it's only up like 5, 10, 15, 20% plus. And when we're up 15% plus, that's the standard. We'll typically look to set a profit stop when we're up 15%. Another rule that you should be aware of is, in terms of going green to red on the day, that is not an option. So one big win or two small wins in a row should be green enough for you to walk away. If you choose to keep on trading with the overall system, then the rule is the max risk is 25 to 50% of your realized gains. So wherever your realized gains peaks, right? Say you're up $1,000, then the most you're going to risk is going to be $200 to $500. And if you hit that max risk threshold, then you're still going to be green on the day, but you have to force yourself to walk away because we're not going to go green to red. Same way our profit stop isn't going to allow us to go green to red even when we add to winners, right? I'm telling you, we figured out a way where we can increase our gains, double to triple, take on bigger position sizes without taking on extra risk. It's because we set a profit stop. And like I said, typically when we add to a winner, there's that one small move in our favor, right? So with that being said, man, it's the first link down below in the description. If you would like to join us and trade alongside us, you're gaining access to multi-millionaire traders. You're gaining access to traders with decades of experience in the real-time zero-date options trading alert system space and niche. And you're gaining access to a real-time zero-date options trading alert system. And you're gaining access to a secured private community. And there's a lot of members within our community. There's literally hundreds of members in our community who are making over $500 a day. We are printing money at the speed of light, non-fucking stop, man. You need to get in here and experience this for yourself, especially if you're serious about not only making money, but about trading alongside multimillionaires who've mastered trading real-time zero-date options, who've created a real-time zero-date options trading alert system that can consistently help you become a better trader and can consistently make you overall money. Obviously, our format is not going to work out for everyone, but it works out for many traders within our community. We see the same faces who've been with us for fucking years, and there's many people who are making $500 to $1,000 a day. This is the best strategy possible that you can literally use with small accounts, but rich people prefer to trade this way because if you mastered price action as a day trader, you would realize that the best asset class to be trading with real money is zero-date options. Options give you options, but far out of the money options give you the most options. Very, very cheap, very, very low risk, many trading opportunities on the day, biggest percentage gains, add to winners, set profit stops. If you compare to our overall style of trading and our overall system, you would realize that we have something special that nobody has, and we're the best at doing this. And you would also realize and start to question, why would anyone, especially with a small account, bother day trading shares, day trading in the money options, when they can apply their skill sets to an asset class like far out of the money options? I'm telling you, the easiest way and the best asset class to optimize for to master price action is far out of the money options. The win rate does not matter. If we have a 1,000% win, like we do every single week, that means we can have 9 consecutive 100% losses, and those losses can be one loss each day. We could have 9 red days in a row and still be net fucking positive, still be up 100 fucking percent. You cannot do that with shares. You cannot do that with in the money options. Far out of the money options sets you up a foundation where you can be successful with a very low win rate. It sets you up with a foundation where you can make massive gains without taking on big position sizes because the percentage gains are massive. There's a lot of trade opportunities, and you could still double to triple your gains by, sizing in bigger and adding in 1 to 2 hour multiples, but you got to set the profit stop. If you are agreeing on a trade and you set a profit stop regardless, you are in a situation where it's impossible to go green to red. You can get stopped out fucking profit. Sometimes those trades are going to go straight up multiple 100%, especially during the power hour. Sometimes those trades are going to go up 30 to 50% and drop right back down, but that's not an issue because you get profit stopped out, right? And you move the profit stops up higher to ensure that once the market has a big move against you, you don't stomach the full move. You get out in between that move. You get out exactly where your profit stop is set, right? So we are doing the complete opposite of what everybody you know of is doing. And this works, and this prints money at the speed of fucking light. Obviously, it's not going to work out for everyone, but I can assure you that Team Roar is the largest real-time zero-day options trade alert system community on the fucking planet. And there has been hundreds of traders who've been with us for fucking years, since 2023, who are printing money at the speed of fucking light, whether that's making a couple $100 on the day or a couple $1,000 on the day. And there's also many multimillionaires inside of Team Roar. Some of them use the community, some of them don't use the community, some of them pop in and pop out, very busy individuals. But there's a lot of business owners in here, a lot of people to network inside here, and there's a lot of, like I said, multimillionaires as well. And they'll give some analysis, they'll share their plays every once in a while. But man, I'm telling you, to gain access to a real-time zero-day options trade alert system that is printing money at the speed of light, it's like if you looked at our system and you just compared the trades to any other trader you know of, you'd realize that we have the best absolute trades in the fucking market. There's just no fucking comparison. And you also realize that these are not just buy and sell alerts. This is a system. This is a system that can strategically make you money and help you improve and instill proper, risk management in your trading, and instill, the proper methodology within trading, the proper systems within your trading. Everybody wants to trade, but nobody has a system that can strategically make you money in the safest way possible. That is cheap, low risk, but give you the biggest gains. Gains in performance that can outweigh any trader out there. I'm telling you, think about it. If you're making multiple trades a day, multiple 100% returns per trades, very cheap, low risk, but high win rates, you're outperforming fucking everyone. And then if you double to triple your gains, that doubles. And then if you double to triple your position size, that doubles to triples your percentages. That doubles to triples your dollar gains. And if you set the profit stops, green to red is a fucking choice. It's like, man, there's no other way to increase your position size in a low risk way that makes sense unless you set a profit stop. But everyone preaches to fucking set tight stop losses, size in fucking big, sell for small wins. Fuck that. If you're the best, why would you set a stop loss? It doesn't make any fucking sense. You're going to get stopped out. Do you know how many trades we've been in this year that have dropped 90% and then proceeded to go up multiple 100%? If we were stopped out, we would have lost money, and we also would have missed out on a winning trade. That's like 2 fucking losses. That's like losing fucking money and then missing out on a winning trade. Many people who use stop losses, what they do is they end up getting back in usually, and they take the same fucking trade, and then they just keep on fucking losing. And they just keep on bashing their fucking heads on the fucking table because they're like, dude, all I had to do was hold and trade the trend. And they can't hold and trade the trend because they have stop losses. And one of the reasons why they have stop losses is because they risk too much. And if you're trading asset classes that are expensive, that aren't going to make you fucking money, you got to size in fucking big to make a small little fucking gain. That's still ain't going to make you shit. Think of the fucking percentages. Percentages is how you get fucking rich. Adding to winners is how you get to rich. Fucking making many trades on the day is how you get rich. More trades, more probabilities. Okay, let's do 2 more trades. Oh, it didn't work out. We lost 200%. All right, let's do a third one. Oh shit, we just made a fucking 1,000%. Wow, out of those 3 fucking trades, 33% win rate, up fucking 800% net positive. Losing's a fucking choice. Listen, man, you need to get in here and trade alongside experienced traders. Print money at the speed of fucking light with us. If you're looking for a real-time zero-day options trade alert system, if you're looking for the best real-time zero-day options trade alert community on the fucking planet, you found it. All you got to do to get started is click the first link down below within the description. And there's so much more to learn and to see inside of our network and to trade along with the system. I'm telling you, the way to trade, the way to become a better trader is to fucking trade. You trade with us, you're going to level up, you're going to print at the speed of fucking light. Losing's a personal choice. It's the first link down below within the description. With that being said, I'm going to be signing off and head back to my secure private organization.